so much bigger than you could ever imagine. It's the whole system. Oh, God, it puts me.
Hey everybody, and welcome to our channel, Cam and Zay, where we react to series and movies. This being our very first movie we're reacting to, this is The Batman. Isaiah just figured out that his camera can follow him, so he's been playing around with that for quite some time now. But with that being said, I'm very excited to get into this. Just a disclaimer, I have seen this movie. I have seen this movie when it came out in theaters. I really love movies. I really love shows. And so before Zay and I even decided we were going to have a reaction channel, I had already seen this. But Zay has not seen this. So this will be a first time watching for Zay. I'm super excited to show him this movie. And before we get into it, please leave a like if you enjoy the video. Subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more. And for anybody wondering, we did now create a Patreon. So if you want to watch our full-length reaction, it should be up over there. The link is in the description. You can click that, head on over, and you'll be able to watch the movie along with us in its entirety. With that being said, is there anything you want to bring up before we get into this? Anything about Batman? You know, what you like, what you don't like, or should we just?
Dude, I've heard so many good reviews of this movie. I've avoided any spoilers, anything like that. I just heard that the acting was great. I heard that everyone loves Robert Pattinson, and I can't wait to honestly get into this movie review. That's just so sick. I'm sorry. Look at it. It follows me everywhere.
All right, let's get into this reaction, and then we'll do a little bit of a post-movie commentary. And yeah. All right, here we go.
You would think I'd have better analysis of movies and shows considering I took a whole film class in college, but I just sat there for the movies. That was it.
Fun fact, I took a film class in my senior year of high school, and I directed a little mini movie, and Isaiah was in it.
That is a fun fact. That is a very fun. That maybe release that for the Patreoners.
I haven't been able to find it. I want to find it so bad. I know it's got to be on a Google Drive out there or something.
It does. I just want to know who's on the roof watching them through binoculars, because it's a little sus.
We'll have to see.
Speaking of seeing, my vision's getting really bad. And this is probably the worst decision I've ever made, is starting YouTube where we watch shit for hours. My vision's getting so bad.
I don't know. Maybe you should get that checked out.
No, I know, it's just, I know.
No pun intended, but keep an eye on it. All right. I guess the pun was kind of intended there.
Is my blindness a joke to you?
Hey, bats are blind, so it all comes together.
Are you calling me a bat? Is this a presidential debate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. Not president.
It's a mayor?
Yeah.
I'm guessing? Yeah. Holy shit. I didn't even realize there was somebody there for the first second. But why yell beforehand?
Clearly he's got problems.
I mean, yeah. Bro, if you're trying to allude that he's still alive after the amount of blows to what I assume was the body or head, that's insane.
We have a signal now.
I love the rawness and the realness.
But when that
it's not a bat. I mean, they shoved metal pieces in there and then
to form like a bat. Yeah.
Right.
Vengeance. Oh, that'd have made my night if you just said that shit.
Such a badass line.
Here, tool. Look at him.
He just sees the symbol.
Dog, if I saw him come out of the shadows, I would shit myself. I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd be like, please. my god.
I know, man.
That's why all those TikTok. He said Avengers. That's why all those TikTok memes were like that. I was like, bro, I didn't get like why people were like making it so dramatic when he's kicking the shit. Like, no, he just beat the hell out of it.
Yeah.
He hit him with 2 hammer fists at the end. I like that though, because that's how it would be in a city like that. You wouldn't get away with just, you know what I'm saying?
Please don't hurt me.
Why would he hurt you, bro? He just saved you.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't blame him for being scared.
I heard you were evading taxes. Just please.
Having a clue? Let's play a game, just me and you. What does a liar do when he's dead? There's a cipher, too.
Feel free to try to figure it out before they say it.
Any of this mean anything to you?
He lies there.
Trying to find the connection, Pete. He lies still.
No, lied. Yeah, I don't want to say he lies there, but like,
What does a liar do when he's dead? He lies still.
he lies still. He's got Joe. Oh, you funny. You know, you're funny. Melancholy. That's a good song name. I just what emotion is that?
You don't really get that? What's going on? I mean,
No, I get what I'm saying. I know, but I'm saying like that face is like you can't read it. Like I get it, but it's just like damn, he's just so like stone faced.
right.
If I can't have an effect, I don't care what happens to me.
That's all I'm afraid of.
Alfred, stop. You're not my father.
I'm well aware.
You're not my dad.
I'm really glad they put that scene there because I was about to make a joke. Like, dude, imagine like the first time he was like, I'm going out in a bat suit and I'm going to beat the shit out of criminals. I'd be like,
Yeah,
as the bully, you have to be like,
care about his life. Like
you'd have to be like, pause. What are you going to do? Excuse me. But yeah, but it's clear he's very much against it compared to like, again, I'm gonna make that comparison to the other Batman movies. Like Alfred's much more like he's just kind of like he knows in those movies like he can't really convince him out of it. Like he's obviously been doing it for a long time. Here you can see he's still fighting, kind of be like, dude, like you need to focus on this. Like I know what you're trying to do.
I think his point is more like there might be some aspect of that to it, but I also think he's like, if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, all right, but you can't. You got it. Bruce has to exist.
You need the balance. You need to have a balance because
something.
He's like, you're gonna have nothing left like soon.
He's only gonna let us realize still and leave the rest.
Right, yeah, I understand about that. We'd leave most of the cipher unsolved. I don't see how that's gonna. Oh.
Drive.
Thumb. Drive.
Wow. I'm almost mad that they did that. I'm almost pissed that they really at that. Wow. Okay.
Wish.
No idea.
Oh, he's a cheater.
The Penguin. Carmine Falcone's right hand.
I know who he is.
The Drive. It sent out the photos from my account. Gotham Post, Gazette, GC1, all of them. Jesus.
I don't know if you missed it. That's Gordon, by the way.
Yeah. I heard it. When you say Gordon, I was gonna say, oh, that's Gordon. I was like, that's Gordon. I wanted to say it, but I was like, I want to hear what they're.
That's the iceberg.
He's not Commissioner Gordon.
Right, he's not commissioner yet.
That's what he usually is, but
Never get in there without a
that was what I was gonna ask you.
not
Is
at this
that?
point, at least.
I was like, is that the Gordon that I was thinking? Okay, cool. Thank you for confirming that. Iceberg Lounge, classic.
Dude,
Why
I'm
wouldn't the
telling
Penguin
you,
go
man.
there?
Boy, hear everything they say.
That's Colin Farrell.
Yeah, bro.
What?
Yeah, you can even put a picture of Colin Farrell next to him, and you're gonna be like, nah.
I really don't know, Chief. I might have been coming out same time, but
The only thing is like maybe the nose, but dude, that doesn't even look like it. What the?
To me, the only thing I see is the eye color. Like, that's the only thing.
She's hot. Wow.
Yeah, she's a very
She's got my
beautiful
attention.
Hey,
woman.
baby. Mr. Vengeance
That's exactly
here.
what I meant.
You don't bite.
I say it in raw form. Cameron says it in elegant form.
But we all mean the same thing.
Exactly. You can't watch her get changed, dog. People are gonna be like, "What were you watching for?" Evidence. No.
Did you get any? No.
Tell me. What are you doing, Doc? Where you going with that motorcycle?
Evidence.
Still evidence. And what'd you find? Evidently nothing. But she's got a nice body. She's just like, no, no, Batman. What? I've lived with bats and Alfred for years. Leave me alone. And she's a burglar, which is very. That's Catwoman. She's athletic, and it's like I'm watching Injustice right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally.
But she's not really doing anything to him. Like her hits are like feathers.
He's a big dude.
Hey, give me that.
But I don't feel like she was ever known for like strength. She was like super agile and quick, right?
This is the Riddler speaking. On Halloween night, I killed your mayor because he was not who he pretended.
But I should have got that from the first thing.
I am not done.
What does a liar
It's
do
not
when
Jim
he's dead?
Carrey in tights with a cane, so I don't blame him.
Yeah, no. Oh, fair.
Will soon be losing face. When the truth about our city will finally be unmasked. Goodbye.
Yo, is he using like that old school medieval version of torture where like they shine the light and makes rats have to burrow away because it's too bright? That's crazy.
They don't shine a light, bro. They hold fire up to the end.
Whatever it was.
And the
Yeah,
rats are
yeah,
like,
yeah. Fuck, I'm gonna die if I
gotta
stay
go
here
through
yet.
the softer way out, you know?
And they crawl. That was a nutty way of killing people. That's so nuts.
Follow the maze until you find the rat. Bring him into the light. And you'll find where I'm at.
The hell is that?
You're coming back.
You gotta get out of here.
Find the rat. When I think rat, I think a snitch immediately, obviously, just for its connotation. So I'm thinking, does he find a snitch? Someone brings him into the light, you could say, is like, I don't know, like interrogate him, basically. Bring him into like, I know what you do, and he might admit. Which means that Riddler knows, but that means he's 2 steps ahead.
Hey, why am I starting to feel like
She has a very aesthetic jawline.
Man, she's just doesn't matter. It's just doesn't matter what hair color, style. Yeah.
Went after the most powerful people in the city. He knows so much.
He doesn't know shit, man.
What are you talking about? Yeah, he does. What about that rat?
Hey, Gil.
Oh, the rat, eh? Here's the thing. He could have hit somebody and ended up killing somebody.
Okay,
I don't
wait,
totally.
okay.
I don't totally disagree with the Riddler's actions on this one.
I mean, he might have just saved somebody's life.
Oh, is this where they have the bat signal?
No, it's a big lightsaber. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Imagine a lightsaber.
Karate case.
Oh, how long was he standing there?
Rada.
Rada alada.
Rat with wings.
It's slang for pigeon.
Yeah. Stool pigeon.
Where are your cufflinks?
A shit pigeon.
It said, "You are El Rata Alada."
Out like that.
A shit pigeon. Stool pigeon.
You really could be doing more for this city. Your family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything.
He spends it on a bat suit in a cave. Leave him alone. Are they interrupting this right now? Oh, don't do it. Oh, they went down low. I was like, how would they get up high? I was like... That looks like his car. That's Gil Colson's car, I'm almost positive. That was the car he got into at the end of the night. You don't have to confirm it or deny it. I'm telling you that's what it was. And if I'm wrong, then
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the car because I was like, oh, that's a Lincoln. That's a nice ass car.
Christ, it's Coulson.
There's a bomb around his neck!
I'd be out of there after the first ring. Out of there.
Wow, that's a call out to the have you ever heard about that? Man, there's a dude that it was a documentary on Netflix. Basically, he had a neck bomb like that.
Wow.
And they weren't able to get it.
There's callbacks to other things like the Riddler using a cipher and his first card having a skeleton on it. The Zodiac Killer had a like a cipher and had a skeleton as his first card that he gave to
So this is a direct callback. I can't remember what the bombing was called, but there was a bombing. Basically, they had this guy rob a bank. He had a neck bomb around his neck. SWAT team and everything came. They didn't end up getting it off of him, and he died. It blew up. Ended up blowing up. And there was a whole investigation, and the people ended up getting off free, or one of them did. It was crazy. It was not. It's on Netflix, I think. I'll find it for you. Dope ass documentary. Really interesting.
Leave a comment down below if you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody has to. It was nutty. First time I saw it, I was like, what the hell?
Can we get somebody out here? This thing is gonna kill me!
Shut up! You deserve to be dead after what you did! You hear me?
I would have shut the fuck up. I'd have been like, okay, you got it. You got it. I'm so sorry.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind, but when it's denied, it's violence you may find.
Wait. Could you repeat that? Cruel, poetic.
Justice.
Huh?
The answer's justice.
I immediately thought of just the college humor.
Oh, right.
Tell us which vermin you're paid to protect.
The rat. The informant you all protect from the Salvatore Moroni case.
How do you know about...
What's his name?
I'm stressed out right now. Like, bro, just...
But if I give over that name, I have family, people I love. They'll kill them too.
Who will?
So much bigger than you could ever imagine. It's the whole system.
5, 4,
Somebody rescue me.
5.
Gotta give the guy credit. He was willing to save his family by not giving up that name.
Let's just take it out.
Just all cops that were trying to...
You get why he did that, though, right?
I know, but... Yo, imagine you're like... having a full-blown conversation, I just duffed you and then just left. You'd be like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo. Like,
fly. He's got straight up a wingsuit. Like real shit.
as he should.
Right. I mean, and it's only his second year, so.
Yeah.
Clearly, he was nervous.
His tech is not, him and like, sir, that's a great point. They're making...
Not the best time to open the chute, but all right. He's
But
alive.
that's good. It's again, this movie's very raw. It's showing an experience but inexperience. You know, he's jumping off the top of the building. The Batmans in the previous movies were not afraid. They were like, "I'll do what I has to."
Yeah,
he opened his chute too early
for a second, and he was like, I don't know if I should jump here." And then he
opened his chute too early, so he fucked up.
It was all just a score.
You know, I would love to sit and go over every gory detail with you, that boy. But
It's man. So Annika's dead. Annika's dead. She's now very upset. Probably gonna work with him, I assume. I honestly don't even know if that was a what the fuck. So this is where the second meme comes from. Yo, no way! I can't wait.
This is the most badass Batmobile reveal I have ever seen. And it's just a souped up car.
You thought. That was awesome. His face would be my exact face.
Right.
Bro. Hey, you in there? Oh, hey. By the way, vengeance.
You are El Rata Alada.
You are El Rata that says that?
Why? You got something to tell us?
Yeah! Like the word Spanish I ever heard.
What?
It's La Rata. What is this, Riddler, stupid or something? Am I the only one here knows the difference between L and La? Jesus. No habla español, fellas?
Do me a favor, shithead. Shut up.
You are L.
You are.
Yeah.
Whoa. No. No. Alfred, you handsome devil, please. Right there would have stopped opening it. But like, nope.
About an hour ago.
I love the misdirect where you think it's all happening at the same time. But it's already happened.
And he's spray painted all the shit that he's found out from the Riddler's act.
Trying to connect them, all the dots.
I love it. He just pops in it.
How close did you have to keep the Penguin to Falcone?
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Falcone owes me that money.
He owes you.
Yeah, and a lot more.
I want to know why a guy like Falcone would owe you anything.
Because he's my father!
Did you see that coming?
I didn't.
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
When I first saw this movie,
you know that was her father? Absolutely not. Holy shit, that was a crazy.
Don't make any moves without me. Understand? It's no more dangerous than you know.
I knew like that had to happen, right? Like I was waiting for that to
it's
occur.
Interesting to show how Batman wasn't making any of these moves. He's so focused on what he's trying to do. I think she was just trying to like snap him out of it for a second or something.
He came to me, Carmine. I want you to put the fear of God in this guy. You thought your father was a Boy Scout, but you'd be surprised what even a good man like him is capable of in the right situation. This reporter was a lowlife. He was on Maroni's payroll.
Maroni?
Oh, yeah.
It's a lowlife speaking about someone as a lowlife, though.
He's a rich lowlife.
Doesn't matter. It's still a lowlife.
I found him.
I see that.
He had my shit, my phone. She left a message the night they took her. She called me.
Gun! Help me out, man! She got my gun!
Oh, she's fucking him up right now.
He said you gave some information and some drop sting, and that's how he became mayor.
Okay.
I said we got it, buddy, from the first scream.
A falcon has wings, too.
Falcone is the rat.
It just keeps getting nutty.
I ain't even connected. That was a crazy connection.
At least that's what they are thinking now. They thought the Penguin was the rat, and they were wrong about that. So who knows?
Falcone's mayor. He's been the mayor for the last 20 years.
Come on, Vengeance. Let's go kill that.
She calls him Vengeance. That's it.
Let's finish this.
No. It's crazy. Falcone runs the city. Everybody works for him.
Yeah.
Everybody.
There is no other way. He owns the city.
Cross that line. You'll become just like him. Listen to me.
Oh,
Don't throw your life
what are you doing? Don't do it.
Don't worry, honey.
Honey.
I got 9 of them. I know that you're a very important man. I was hoping that maybe you could help me find her.
Oh, she about to pull some crazy shit.
He just said, I'll make a deal with you. Oh.
So all this got released too, then?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did it get released? Well, I'm saying did it get released with like the thumb drive and all that stuff, or it just got released in general?
I think it was just in general, unless.
Okay.
What?
I think might have been.
Comment down below if we missed when, like, what would have made it released.
I'm not sure how it got released.
Just put down the gun, honey.
This is for my mother.
There's something so cool about it just being gunfire lighting and him just like popping
like
in and out like.
Used her weight to just bring him down in his head.
I somehow felt that. Well, that was short-lived. Yeah, she got cracked with that shit.
He has to pay!
You don't have to pay with him. You're paid enough.
How do actors do this shit and like not fall? Like, bro, like I deal with it, I'd be like, I'd be like, I need a breather. Whew. Oh well. Like, the sexual tension has to be high. I don't give a fuck.
Biologically, I mean,
like that's what I'm saying. It's like it's gotta be crazy.
Boys in blue work for me.
Oh, you think they're bringing you to the? Oh wow. Imagine if they didn't bring him to the Boys in Blue.
He did. He just said, "Oh, I guess they don't all work."
Yeah, I know. I was expecting to like bring that to like a back
probably the
alley.
higher ups that that might work.
The right to remain.
But if imagine if he brought him to like
Anything you say can and will
a
be
back
used
alley.
against you in a court of law.
Think you don't know the Boys in Blues work for me? He's like, where are we? He's like, I know they do.
You're always just a gimp in an empty suit.
I'll spray paint your ass!
Damn.
Well,
Bring him into the light.
both literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, right?
There! Michelle, keep him up there!
That's Riddler.
Oh man, that was crazy. Bring him into the light, like bring him out into the public. People know he's the rat.
Expose him.
Expose him, and you'll find me. Oh, that's crazy.
He said, put your goddamn hands up, you son of a bitch.
So ominous.
And so like crazy, like having a villain that's just like listening to them tell you, put your hands up. Okay. I'll do it on my own time. And they still haven't shown his face. Oh, there it is.
I just ordered a slice of pumpkin pie.
Stay still!
I think it's so. He just looks. This guy just looks nuts.
This film's like he's enjoying it. Like, I finally got caught.
Oh man, he's been posting all kinds of shit online. He's got like 500 followers. Real fringe type.
Guys, please just let us get more followers than the Riddler. So
If we don't get more followers
hit
than the
that
Riddler,
subscribe
guys,
button and let
please.
us let us surpass that number of 500.
You think you'll be remembered? You're a
Pathetic psychopath. You're gonna die alone.
No!
A nobody!
He thought they were a team. Shows how messed up he really is.
Not how this was supposed to go!
Oh, I didn't expect him to start screaming.
I had it all planned out!
He's nuts.
Watch what? Everything! It was all there. You mean you didn't figure it out?
Oh my god.
Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were.
Uh-oh.
I've parked 7 vans all along the city's seawall. And on the big night, they will go boom.
Ah, shit.
Celebrations will turn to panic as the venue.
The whole city's being flooded, yo.
And when the time arrives, I will already be unmasked. The pigs will have me in their
And he's got people with rifles to kill everyone that centralizes.
Supporters.
I just need your attention.
I mean,
Fuck. What did I say?
Fuck around and get shot.
Dragging her out. He said, "Give me that leg. Come here." Vengeance. Ow. That has to hurt. Those are like grappling hooks in their legs. Jesus Christ. He's damn near hanging everybody. Holy shit. Oh, that's a terrifying sight. They also don't want. They didn't have reels on them. They didn't fall off. Come on now. They're dead. I don't give a fuck.
And maybe somebody, whoever they fell on, is dead too.
Yeah, someone died right there. And those are explosives right there. Oh. That is terrifying. Because of that.
Even more terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah. Then this guy's trying to crawl for his life. Oh.
He took a shotgun right to the chest.
His mask reminds me of Bane, low key. Very loosely. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. Get up, bro! Get up! The fuck is that? Adrenaline? He's pumped steroids? No, he's about to be like...
Oh my gosh!
He's Bane, bro. He's the early Bane. He just took Bane's fucking gap.
Take it easy.
He's dead. He's dead. This also just continues the stereotype. Oh my god, electricity and water. Hello, everyone's gonna die. Like, Jesus Christ.
He's sacrificing himself. So that doesn't electrocute the water.
But if his suit's made of rubber, he'll be fine.
I don't think that's necessarily how that works.
If you wear rubber gloves, you don't get electrocuted.
Yeah, but if you're in the water and it's come on.
He's alive, so clearly something occurred.
I would not know if I jumped on that shit. I'd be like,
you wouldn't do it. Period. Let's not get it fucked up. Let's not pretend either of us would be like, this is the only way. Jump onto it, cut it. We'd be like, I don't know what to do. Everyone's fucked.
I'd be like, I can't believe he killed all these people. They're not dead yet. No, it just was so brutal.
Look at the line. They're fucked. They're not. Just cut the line. I can't risk that. I'm vengeance.
Vengeance won't change the past.
Vengeance.
Mine or anyone else's.
Saying it won't change the past.
So this is a change? A turn.
More, yeah.
Justice.
People need hope.
Or that.
Hey. Don't be sad. You did so well. And you know, Gotham loves a comeback story.
No, they don't. They don't. Whatever you're about to tell him, don't tell him that.
Who do you think that is?
Joker. I'd have to assume from the dialogue. That's from the dialogue. Riddle me this. Didn't he say? He said that at one point, didn't he?
Yeah.
And one of the Batmans, riddle me this, Batman.
Oh no, well that's what the Riddler used to say.
That's what the Riddler said. Then maybe he just knows he's a Riddler, but just the way you're one day you're on top, the next day you're a clown,
right? And
laughing maniacally.
Yeah.
It was like very. Are y'all racing or are y'all flirting, bro? Either you go or alright, now we're together.
A little bit of both, I guess.
I would have been like, man, she ain't catching me. I'm fast as fuck, boy. What you talking about? Oh, they're gonna split paths. Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away. Till we meet again, Batman.
Now they're a mile away. All right. So this was the Batman. I will tell you right now, Isaiah, I love this movie. I will say it. This is my favorite Batman movie that has ever come out. So
really,
yeah, and that was hard as fuck to come to a decision of because The Dark Knight is just so good. But while The Dark Knight captures, as well as The Dark Knight captures the Joker, I feel like this movie captures the Batman or close to it. The only problem is that there's a little bit of debate about Bruce Wayne and how that was handled. But, without me getting into everything, Isaiah, what are your thoughts on the movie?
Beautiful filming. I mean, like I mentioned it before, the coloration of the film captured what Gotham and what you imagine is like. Dark, gray, gloomy, crime-ridden town without it being washed out. They did a good job. I like the take that they have on the Bat. Here's where I struggle comparing to The Dark Knight, as that you're comparing two different. You're like at the end of it, you're comparing Batman in 2 years in versus we don't really know how long in with The Dark Knight. Do we?
Yeah.
As far as we know, we don't really know.
Around a decade in, I think at that point. Like I think in the Batman Begins, they said he was like 7 years into it or something like that. But yeah.
But they did a fantastic job capturing like emotion of someone that's just taking into this role or taking this role into account. Movies do, which is they brought in a lot of villains that you don't like, and you get glimpses of them.
We can keep going. It'll come out.
They brought in a lot of villains, like famous villains, like you had the Riddler, a Joker, what seems to be cameo with the Penguin, and they brought him in a way that leaves their storyline still open. Riddler's gone, the city's flooded, but Penguin's still there. Right. Riddler's in prison, Joker's there, now just talking to him. So collab between them working on something together against Bruce. We got history about Bruce's father, who seems to be a little bit, who wasn't as good of a guy. Like they never really got into it. I feel like the previous Batmans. This was more really. like he was not a bad guy, I wouldn't say, but he was a little shady. He didn't a little shady. He made promises, as politics do, to do things and didn't follow through on them.
He wanted somebody quiet too. And that was up for interpretation.
Up for interpretation. Did he want him dead? Did he want him not? It's more like a however you're going to handle it thing is what I perceived that as.
I took it as like, after what Alfred said, I took it as that his father was at least specific enough to where he didn't want him killed. But when he says, quiet him, they can mean beat
him until he's not going to talk again, threaten him, kill him, is like, however,
family, like
when you're hiring someone that's a mobster, you should assume the word. You're going to hire that Falcone. You should assume that quieting him is killing him. Yeah. But I digress from that. That was man, bro, that was definitely easily top two, easily between that and The Dark Knight by far. Yeah. Oh my God. I think Dark Knight people carry the memory of Heath Ledger with that as well.
Right.
And how great of an actor he was. But if you're talking about just acting in general, and then the Batman, who the focal point is supposed to be mainly on his story and everything, I mean, this story did amazing in portraying.
That's where my struggle was. So, comment down below if you think this doesn't make sense and if you would argue why or why not. But in my opinion, this movie is a better Batman film, but I can't tell you this movie is a better film than The Dark Knight. I just think that this movie captured Batman and who he truly is, you know, a dark, traumatized, a lot of emotion within, detective, you know, type of kind of guy who wants vengeance. Like that's Batman in my mind. And I think maybe The Dark Knight made Bruce Wayne aspect a bit better. But I think if it comes down to what Batman film was better, I think this captured the essence of Batman way more than
Batman. Yeah. I mean, listen, acting in Dark Knight was impeccable. I mean, everyone remembers the iconic scene at the hospital when the Joker blows up the hospital, and that wasn't even scripted in.
Right. Yeah. Well,
if you remember, the explosion was scripted, but the mess up and then him fast acting, thinking, like that's one of the most iconic scenes. And it's like, so it's like that film, you know what I'm saying? Like you're comparing writing, because that acting is like very top notch. But imagine that scene where he just clicks and blows it up. You're like, oh shit. But it's like it added character to it when he was like, and then the whole ship blew up and acted through it. Like it added like a weird character.
This movie has to be like so good if it's making you make it compete with The Dark Knight, right? Like, clearly this was a good movie. If it makes you go, I don't know if this is better than The Dark Knight or not. And that's where I was for a long time up until recently.
And that's a very
I didn't know.
I feel like it's a common consensus amongst people is it The Dark Knight or is it this? And I mean, you know, I'm gonna end up probably watching The Dark Knight back very soon because I want to get like a fair comparison. But I mean, dude, it was like,
I mean, it was careful for recency bias because you just saw
exactly,
you know.
But 3 hours and I was like locked in. Like this movie had my attention.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You know, like, it
props
didn't break.
To Matt Reeves, props to Robert Pattinson, props to Zoe.
Did a phenomenal job. Pattinson, man, they need to bring you back for. They need to do a. They need to.
He's my favorite Batman. Period. He's my favorite Batman. He might not be my favorite Bruce.
You made a great point about the voice, where it was like it felt like that voice that they had in The Dark Knight wasn't like natural. You could tell, yeah, because like. You made it super grainy and stuff. Right. Like you're disguising your voice clearly. Whereas like Bruce, you know, you can hear people, like I could hear a million people say my name. I wouldn't be able to pick out who called my name. Even if I knew, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people just have similar voices. And he did a good job of disguising identity. And it was cool with the Riddler scene where he was talking about Bruce. He's like, he's the only one that got away. That was a good point to point out. Like, the whole time, like, oh my God, he knows who he is. He knows who he is. He knows. No, he doesn't know who he is. But that's good because
misdirects of this movie, all of them. The one where where you think it's Penguin, it's not Penguin. You think Alfred is dead. He's not dead. You think that the Riddler knows it's Bruce. It's not Bruce. Just
and it's interesting because it's like, if you remember, and it's interesting if they do this, they tie it into new movies with the Joker and stuff. Well, not if they tie it if they do new movies with the Joker and stuff. Remember, from what I remember in like The Dark Knight, like the Joker knew who Batman was. He knew it was Wayne, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he knew who he was, didn't he? I thought he was.
So
I thought he was because he was targeting. I thought didn't he target like his love interest and everything. I thought it was pretty like. They tried to make it kind of evident that he knew.
So here's the thing. I remember he was going after like Harvey Dent and them and Harvey Dent was involved with Bruce Wayne. I don't remember for sure, but I don't think he knew.
Well, most people are saying it doesn't matter because he has more fun interacting with Batman than it does. Well, that's what that's what a lot of people are saying.
All right, here we go. And then we'll finish the commentary.
Oh.
That was it. Nothing special, but it said goodbye, and then a URL pops up. I'll tell you right now, I typed that in the minute I got out of the theater, and you get to solve these puzzles and stuff, and then these riddles, and then you get a picture of like a cipher and things that you can try to deduce and whatnot.
Did you look up did you look up anything on it? People deciphering it, finding information out?
Yeah, I figured out what they released. So they had riddles, and then I did it, and then I found the picture, but then apparently they like updated it and there were more pictures and there's like a whole thing that you can put together or whatnot, but I didn't get too much into that. But what would you rate this film?
Man, I mean, on a non-critic, just a viewer, like because I'm not a professional movie critic, guys. But I mean, Jesus, at minimum an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, that shit had me.
I put it at a solid 9. It's a 9 for me. Like,
you know, one of the the only reason I say is because I wasn't really paying attention to perhaps because one of the things people take into account is the music. The music that plays throughout.
So good.
And I wasn't listening to it a lot of the time because I was so focused on the dialogue, which I think is I think that's a huge focal point. So then if the music backs it up, it would definitely up it for me. But I'd say if you're gonna rate this, if in my opinion, if I had to rate it like on a bare minimum scale, it's no less than an 8.5. There's no way.
That's a good score.
Anyone says it's under that is they're either, in my opinion,
well, it's subjective. It's subjective. There are people out there that did not enjoy this film nearly as much as you and I did, and that's completely fine. That's how movies work.
I'm sure, but it's like to those people, I'd say watch it again. I don't know. That's from someone, and you know, like I said, I've taken like film classes where we had to analyze it, talk about every single shot, the types of shots, the music, the da-da-da. So it's like if I watch something enough to where I'm like that enveloped in, I'm just like locked in. And it wasn't just action. There wasn't that much action. There was a lot of dialogue.
And that's incredible.
And that can
Batman
get very
movie without that much action that keeps you that involved.
Dark Knight had explosions, him on a motorcycle, him beating the shit out of people. It had every corner was action with dialogue, good dialogue, but not as much dialogue. So
and this Batman is way more brutal than any of the other Batmans. I'm telling you right now.
Which again made it raw and
when you see him beating the guy up in the beginning, you're like, oh, this is bad. And so when you know the moment he injects himself with adrenaline, you're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is he doing?
Not on adrenaline? What the fuck is he going to do now? And you know, he just starts pounding and pounding and pounding. And you're like, my jaw was to the floor.
And those hits, they made the sound. Those hits were like the sound that they used for those hits was very like it sounded like he's getting hit. Like and not only is it's not like a typical superhero movie where it's like they hit him, the guy falls, he's knocked out. He hit him. He fell and got on top of him and still was like, boom. But so you feel that like anger and that like that vengeance and everything that's like, I'm vengeance. You feel that like frustration and everything coming out.
I'll tell you what, this was, in my opinion, I can't think of another one. This was the most R-rated PG-13 movie I have ever seen. If you include the themes, the brutality.
It was close enough to if they threw blood in where they could have, it would be an R-rated movie. Like with the dude that got killed in the with the mayor that got killed in the beginning, him beating they just had to disguise it so that way they can get a larger audience because a rated R film is hard to bring a large audience of Batman fans.
They did it, but I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever seen a PG-13 movie that was that close to the line where I was like,
no,
oh my gosh. Like, because you have themes about like serial killing and corrupt politicians and supporters that want to murder people on a mass level. Like, this is not stuff for a 13-year-old to really, I mean, that I don't know. That's debatable, but that's like, those are some really mature themes. And so I was extremely impressed by
trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, you know,
well, the ending. I love how they go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they still left the room. I was gonna say, and then they left room with Catwoman.
Yeah,
she's going. That all she's doing is she's going to another town. That's
exactly.
Cities like that could mean anything. That we don't know how far she's going, where she's going. She could easily. So again, it was smart and it's smart directing. They gave themselves a lot of room to work with for future film opportunities. Which I wouldn't be surprised if people find out like, oh, Pattinson got signed up for XYZ, this amount of like, you know how we find out like Tom Holland, like, oh, he's still on for another Spider-Man movie or 2 more or whatever. I won't be surprised when you find out that Robert Pattinson got signed on for a couple more movies. I'd be more interested to see. Really
successful, so
I want to know who they got as the Joker. That's
Barry Keoghan.
Oh, so you know already. It's in there.
Yeah, it's in the credits. He's the guy who plays Druig in the Eternals. the one who controls minds.
Really?
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. But there's also a deleted scene out there that if you guys want us to react to it, we will. There's a deleted scene on YouTube that they posted where he has a whole, he goes to the Joker in an interrogation room.
Oh my God, this kid?
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan? Oh, that's a great, bro. I saw a film called The Killing of a Sacred Deer where he plays
Joaquin Phoenix in that? I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think so. But he plays, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, he plays, without spoiling, he plays the villain basically in that film. This kid, it was built for villain roles. I swear to God, villain loose screw roles, bro. If you haven't seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer, I mean, I don't watch a lot of horror films.
Colin Farrell was in that movie as well.
I don't watch a lot of horror thriller films, but like that was dope. That was a good movie. That was me, Tina and I watched it. A lot of plot twists and stuff, and you're like, what is happening? Like I like Barry Keoghan. He's a good actor. He's a very good actor.
It'll be interesting to see. And then lastly, just the ending of it. I really loved how he realized that he inspired other people. Like he was like, I am vengeance. And he kind of inspired criminals to have that same mindset.
I am vengeance.
I am vengeance. I'm coming after the corruptness of Gotham that led to us being.
And now that creates a crisis because his vengeance, like here's the thing, is that vengeance, but vengeance is subjective. Some people view vengeance as, listen, it's not a definitive term. You know what I'm saying? Like some people view it as like, well, they did me wrong, so I want vengeance for that. Okay, well, this system's doing me wrong. So he definitely unintentionally influenced people to take up the quote of I am vengeance and that ideal of I am vengeance.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And now it's going to be interesting to see, like, you know, people are going to start now. That's going to create a question of morality. I'm sure we'll have characters. Someone like the Joker would be someone that's like, you say you're fighting for vengeance, but how can you say I'm not? My vengeance is this, this, and this. Is it? Yeah. Aren't we one and the same? And it's going to create that crisis.
Which is why I love how he realized at the end when he saved.
At the end, he's like, shit.
More than this. I can't.
Yeah, I have to be hope. I can't just be vengeance. Vengeance is too easy.
I can't be just something that the criminals are afraid of. I have to be something the citizens can
believe in, and wow, the criminals are afraid of at the same time.
Because at the beginning of this movie, you know what he was? He was a monster for criminals. That's it. He wasn't necessarily a hero.
He was what they feared. It was, oh, the bat signal's up. Do whatever you're doing. Stop it until tomorrow. Just relax.
But I love that how he wasn't something that the citizens looked at as a hero. He was just something the criminals looked at as a bad guy to not mess with. And then at the end of it, he gained that kind of herohood.
Man,
but yeah,
it was a great movie. I freaking loved it.
Yeah, I absolutely loved this movie. That was my third time.
2 hours, 50 minutes. It was just pure, just great filming. I don't know who directed it.
Matt Reeves. So he did like the Planet of the Apes movies and things.
Okay. I think definitely a step up from the Planet of the Apes movie. Planet of the Apes movie
weren't bad, the best movie
but he's the best movie he's done. Yeah. So I enjoyed myself. I think that was a great film. Man, if y'all stayed around, if you're in the Patreon, I got to see the full reaction. Freaking that was
a lot.
Whew.
If you haven't and you're on YouTube, go ahead and click the link down below. If you do want to watch the full length reaction at some time, we'd love to have you over there. And any last thoughts, Isaiah?
Man, thank you guys again for all the love and support. Follow us. Our socials are going to be in the description below. And quick little selfish shout out again. Tuesday nights, Cameron and I, we get on Tuesday, technically Wednesday, but like 12 a.m. Eastern time. Tuesday, well, no, because it'd be Wednesday, right?
It's
technically Wednesday,
12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's the midnight between.
It's the midnight between Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday, 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Cameron and I, right now, It Takes Two. We're doing a playthrough. We're doing about like a mission, a boss fight a night. We're on there from 12 until. We'll probably do 12 until about 2:30 a.m. right before Moonknight, guys. I mean, we're having a blast. I'm going to be putting, once I get them uploaded, I'll link my YouTube down below because I'm going to be putting the playthroughs on my YouTube. So if you guys want to see some funny gameplay between us trying to cooperate as a couple of idiots, then you'll have a blast with that, man. You'll have a blast with that. I know we are. Yeah.
You know, our ribs are almost broken from laughing.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
if you like
ridiculous.
that kind of stuff, go ahead and check us out. Again, the description will be in the links. If you enjoyed the video that you watched, go ahead and press like and subscribe to stay tuned for more. And I hope you guys enjoyed our reaction, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.